What is up, fragrance fans? In today's video, we're going to be talking about what it could potentially be the very last flanker of the Mugler A-Man line. Of course, the 2019 release, Mugler Ultimate. This is actually the 16th flanker in the making, being that the first one was actually released in 1996. 23 years later, we have Ultimate, which, like I said, could potentially be the last one in the making. You guys want to hear all about this one? Keep it tuned in. It's coming up right now. Welcome back to another fragrance video. Before we jump into the review, if you guys like to smell great, you love to make a great first impression, this is definitely the place to be, guys. Be sure to show your support, like this video, subscribe for a lot more, and if you would, please hit that notification bell icon. That way you'll never miss out on future reviews just like this one. A-Man Mugler Ultimate, not yet available in the United States or the Americas. It should be hitting shelves very soon. It is expected to be hitting shelves this beginning of November 2019. If you guys are somewhere in the world that you actually had the opportunity to try A-Man Ultimate, please be sure to comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this particular release. A-Man Ultimate is an oriental woody fragrance with gourmand tendencies. And the nose behind this one is, of course, the in-house perfumer Jacques Uclier. I am a fan of the rubber flask. As you can see, I do enjoy and I collect these particular fragrances. It's really cool. I love the color variations and the star. However, it is a bit of an annoyance with the actual sprayers. You have to kind of like find the push point to be able to get the sprayer out. The mist is not the best, but it gets the job done. When you look up this fragrance, it only lists 4 notes: bergamot, cedar, cappuccino, and fir balsam. However, I do get other nuances, which we'll get to in just a second with this particular fragrance. It opens up very sweet and inviting. It's going to have components of fragrances that we know and we come to expect as of old, especially with the blue theme here. However, this is not a blue fragrance altogether. It is rather a woody aromatic with, like I said, a little bit of gourmand tendencies, given the fact that you have this cappuccino note, which is pretty much a combination of tonka, vanilla, and the patchouli from the original creation. I was really hoping that the fir balsam, because I'm a huge fan of green fougere type fragrances, so I was really hoping that the fir would be amped up here, giving this more of a creamy and green nuance to the fragrance, almost fougere-like. And of course, I wanted the gourmand to be a little bit more amped up. That tar note and that cocoa-like patchouli that you get with the original A-Man is definitely, muted here in this particular fragrance. The most prominent notes that I get here is a combination of a sweet vanilla-like lavender with that cocoa patchouli vibe that you get for that cappuccino note, but it's really in the background and really tamed. It's not going to scream. It's not going to be like a gourmand in-your-face type fragrance. And as the fragrance develops and gets into the dry down, which is, I have to say, rather a linear scent, what you get from the beginning is what you're going to get throughout the life of the fragrance. It starts very sweet, and then it's going to get a little bit more creamier as you get into the dry down. That lavender is going to be very, amped up as you get into the dry down. And you get more of a tonka vanilla kind of a base with this fragrance for the dry down. The coffee-like nuance that I wanted to get with this fragrance is it had that cappuccino accord note. It's not really prominent. It is, like I said, rather a coffee drink, like a coffee dessert drink that you get. But then it gives you some gourmand nuances and oriental feel that you would get with Rocha's Man or Mugler Pure Tonka. So it's gonna have like a, Rocha's, like a light version of Rocha's Man when you get into the dry down. But all in all, not so much of a coffee gourmand fragrance as I was expecting. It is rather a woody aromatic with a little bit of an oriental tinge to it. Having said that, it is a very pleasant fragrance. It does do very well, especially when it came to the people that I asked, people around me, what they thought about the smell, if they liked the way I was smelling that particular time that I was wearing this fragrance around them. I got really positive notices. People say, yeah, you smell good. This does smell great on you. So as far as the smell is concerned, you won't have a problem. This does smell great. But as far as everything that Mugler put out on the A-Man line, it's definitely one of my least favorites right now, along with Pure Shot and perhaps Pure Wood. I think these are like my least favorites right now. So when I look at my collection of Mugler fragrances, this is not going to be one that I'll be reaching out the most. Perhaps this is great for springtime and early fall. Summertime, I think this could get a little bit cloying due to that sweet facet the fragrance has, and it's not strong enough to cut through the winters here where I am. Even if I heavy spray this one, it's not strong enough, believe me. I was really expecting this Oriental to be more of a gourmand type scent and a little bit more daring, and this definitely fell flat when it came to giving me an exotic new Amen altogether. Performance-wise, I got 7 to 8 hours with the fragrance, which is not bad. If you spray your clothes, you're definitely gonna get a nice sillage, a nice scent bubble. It does stick around, but it's not a big projection monster. You're gonna get about 1.5 to 2 hours good projection, especially if you spray heavy, 4 to 6 sprays. If you do less than 3, it's gonna be very quiet and very close to the skin. Ages for Amen Ultimate, I think anybody that enjoys a woody aromatic scent with a little bit of an oriental tinge to it, sweet, almost gourmand, will enjoy this fragrance. It's very likable. It's got a very mass appealing character to it, but it's not daring. For those that have a seasoned nose, if you are a collector of the Amen line, if you're a huge fan of Mugler, perhaps this will be a letdown for you as much as it was for me, because I had high hopes for this one. Occasions, I think this is great for evening wear and perhaps a good scent for a date. If you're starting to date somebody, romantic settings, I think this will do very well. Or like Valentine's Day, which is coming up a few months from now, this will be a really good one. My final thoughts on Mugler's Ultimate, perhaps the last one from the line, we shall see. It is a good release, but not great. Definitely not one of my favorite discoveries or favorite releases that I've tried in 2019 thus far. But it is good, it smells nice. Perhaps wait until it's discounted to pick a bottle. I don't think it's worth the $95 that I think it'll retail once it hits US shops. But a nice little release, not great, but quite good. If you guys want to try this before it actually hits shelves, please be sure to participate on the giveaway that I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to be giving out 2 5ml decants of my bottle. All you have to do, guys, follow details in the description of this video, and good luck to all. That's all I have for you today on the new Amen Ultimate. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to show your support. It does mean a lot to me. It takes a lot of time and hard work to put these videos for you, so I do appreciate the support back. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Enjoy, as always, smell well, wear what truly moves you, and I'll catch you guys real soon. Take care.